fraudster said, there's no race in New Jersey from city council to United States Senate that we haven't worked on. I worked on a fire commissioner's race in Burlington County. The smaller the race, the easier it is to do. A Bernie Sanders diehard with no horse in the presidential race, he said he felt compelled to come forward in the hope that states would act now to fix the glaring security problems present in mail-in ballots. This is a real thing, he said. There's going to be a fucking war coming November 3rd over this stuff. If they knew how the sausage was made, they could fix it. Now, I will skip down a bit, but Luke, anything to say thus far about what I've brought up?
Yeah, it provides no evidence. I could get someone to tell you, Joseph, that Jesus Christ appeared to them in a vision and that Jesus is real and he's coming back. I could get someone to tell you that the communists have infiltrated the CIA. I could get someone to tell you, I've examined evidence he's provided that extraterrestrials are real. But you'll notice this New York Post article does not present any evidence. It does not show pictures of, it does not show all these documents that they say that they've seen. It's just an anonymous source comes up with a story.
It's not go ahead.
It's not an anonymous. Where's the evidence?
I was going to say the source could not be named publicly for obvious reasons because the source would be subject to prosecution. What the source said, though, about the campaigns that he's worked on, the stuff that he's done, it was reviewed and verified by the New York Post. Obviously, they're not going to run something just from some guy who cannot ascertain that he is who he claims to be. That would be a little much even in this age of media bias. So, also to say that, there's no evidence that he did what he did, you have to wonder why why a veteran political operative of New Jersey Democratic campaigns, and New Jersey is a state with a Democratic machine. It's actually many different Democratic machines, but they run everything. You'd have to wonder why someone would just come forward and say that they did this stuff when they didn't actually do it. But beyond just that, what he said he worked on was verified by the New York Post. That's why they ran the article. And there were, I would get to it reading further down the article, but there were cases in New Jersey very recently, in Patterson being one of them, where entire elections had to be thrown out because of voter fraud using the exact same methodology that he details in the article. That was actually the court papers. So it's really, it's very serious stuff. There's no two ways about it. And this has been going on for quite a while. And the motivation is clear here. People do this as he
a long history of just going out there on the limb. It provides no evidence. It just tells us that we, the New York Post, who was telling us a couple of weeks ago that every illegal immigrant child was getting a copy of Kamala Harris's kids' book, turned out that one child got one copy of Kamala Harris's book because it had been donated, but the New York Post was blowing it up. The New York Post is an incredibly reckless organization that provides no substantial evidence. So there are people who study voter fraud, and there are people who specialize in voter fraud. And then there's the New York Post who wants us to believe their bona fides when they provide no substantial evidence. Like I could tell you, Joseph, I could verify that this person talked to Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ said to my friend, and I'll sign an affidavit. Like I see all these people on the right going, 40, there are affidavits. Oh my God, there are affidavits about voter fraud. Affidavit means nothing. It has no necessary substance. An affidavit simply says that I believe what I'm saying. I can provide you, Kato, with an affidavit from someone who says that Jesus Christ came to him and wants you to believe in him as your personal savior. Are you going to be swayed, even though I will authenticate that this person really did experience Jesus Christ? I mean, it's pointless. You got to provide some evidence. Like only a bozo is going to believe that because the New York